Hello, today we're looking at some exam style questions for the future, modals and conditionals. So the areas of grammar we've looked at in the last 3 classes. Please do the exercises which are in the document on StudIP before you watch this video. I'm simply going to go through the answers with you in this video. If I carry your bag, then you will have a free hand as we climb down these steep steps. If I carry, you will have. If it rains, I will get wet. First conditional. 2. Hugo would have gone to Stockholm too if he'd been asked. If he had been asked. I would have got wet if it had rained. Third conditional. 3. It is going to snow tomorrow. They said it on the weather forecast. You've got some evidence there. In this case, I think I also accepted it will be snowing tomorrow. I probably also accepted it's snowing tomorrow, even though that's less likely. And because will can be used in formal settings, I probably also accepted it will snow tomorrow. Sometimes we do have questions with more options available, but I try to limit the number of options. 4. At this time tomorrow, I will be sitting on a plane to Greece. We might be close to arrival, in fact. Okay, that's the future continuous. You can't just say at this time tomorrow I will sit on a plane. That sounds like you've just decided it now, whereas in fact you're talking about what will be happening at a specific time in the future. You could also have at this time tomorrow, I'm going to be sitting on a plane to Greece. That would also make sense here, but I will be sitting that seems to be the most natural option in this case. Section 2, selection. Number 1, A, B and C are all correct. They have different meanings, of course, but remember, this is simply about what is grammatically correct. And it's not about the meaning. That doesn't have to be the same. Number 2, only B is correct. In A and C, you've got will in both halves. Number 3, B and C are correct. We can't use must or mustn't for the past tense. Number 4, only A is correct. After a modal verb here with might, you need to have the infinitive, obviously without to. Can and could are not infinitive forms, they're other modal verbs. You can't say to can, to could, but you can say to be able to. We're going to look at sections 3 and 4 together on the same slide. Until now, we haven't had any examples of section 3 single sentences because I reserve this section mainly for the more complicated grammar that we have still to do on the course. So here are the instructions I use. For each question, rewrite the multiple sentences on the left as a single sentence with the same meaning. Use the terminology listed in the middle column. Part of your new sentence is provided. Remember to make commas clearly visible. That's not relevant in this example, but it often is. Write your answers in the right-hand column. Okay, so on the left we've got 2 sentences. They promise to clean the house. The house will be clean when you arrive. you now need to create one single sentence, and in this case you have to use the future perfect simple active, so active voice. The part I gave you was as promised and when you arrive. Sometimes I only give you the start, sometimes only the end. So here, the future perfect simple active voice is as promised, they will have cleaned the house when you arrive. So in the future, you've got when you arrive, and then before that, but also in the future, they will have cleaned the house. Section 4, error correction. It can rain next week, which is good, as the fields need it. We had a very similar example a couple of classes ago. Obviously that is incorrect, and so you just underline the part which is incorrect, which is can, and then you write the correction. That's might, it could also be may or could for future possibility, because next week is one specific time in the future. And number 2, correct. There was nothing wrong with that sentence. That was actually a true sentence, and I did go there in September last year, and it was a lot of fun. Right, that's it for today. See you in the next class. Well, see you. You know what I mean. Bye.